of that downdraft. So I would be very concerned on the southeast side of this storm in this environment. We'll see what happens if it continues to show these signs. But again, no tornado warning just yet. This is on the north side of Unionville. This is Massac County. This storm shows incredible strength. This is one of the stronger storms we've seen today on radar. Not wind-wise, but overall strength and depth. It's putting out the most lightning as well. They've extended the severe thunderstorm warning for this, but
they do have tornado possible now.
Yeah, so they're seeing the same thing. I mean, we all look at the same thing. We're seeing the same information. We've studied this forever. We know the precursors to a developing tornado, so we've got to keep our eyes on this very, very closely. We've got plenty of warning right now because we've got hail and high winds likely. But as it moves through southern Polk County near New Liberty Road here, and then it moves across the Ohio River, guess what? We're back into northern Livingston County. Highway 137, this is going to be headed your way. You definitely want to be taking your precautions, and we may want to be taking those tornado precautions along Highway 137 once again, as this is starting to show signs that it may be our next storm that produces a tornado based on what radar was showing and based on what our eyes were showing us as well. Very noisy in there with the velocity. So again, it's pretty close to the radar. I keep asking you to do this. Can you look at it from Evansville?
Yeah, I do have a track real quick, and
let's throw things over to camera 2 if we could real quick. So.
Yeah, I have a track, and then we will absolutely check into that Evansville radar site as well. But this is not tornado warned yet, but we are watching for the possibility for this massive storm to produce a tornado. Also, we are watching for some large hail, so at the very least, strong winds and the possibility of some damaging hail as well. So, again, Elizabethtown, you are under the gun. This storm will be in your area at about 11:05, and then you can kind of see it moves out of the heartland so quickly because it's moving off to the northeast at about 70 miles per hour. So let me take that off, and we're going to check this from the Evansville site. That just kind of gives us eyes higher up in the storm to see if it is indeed rotating.
Up there now. Yeah, there's definitely some rotation in the upper levels. So that tells us we definitely need to watch it. So, and look where go back to Max 2. You can just put Max 2 behind me real quick. All right, so here's the rotation, and this is about 10,000 feet in the atmosphere, so it's way up in the atmosphere. And then let's go back to Max 1, and we can see it is right here. And notice there's no reflectivity where that rotation is. That's because this updraft is being tilted into the atmosphere, and there's hail being held up aloft right here across parts of southern Massac and southern Polk counties. Hail is being held up in the air, and the radar in Evansville is picking up that hail rotating. And that's what's going on right there.
Our photographer was just showing us in the Paducah area. That's how fast these storms are moving.
Right, and this was, and that's what kind of that shot we got. Let me know that was a developing supercell as well, based on being able to tell that what it appeared to be a rear flank downdraft crossing Interstate 24, which very well could have caused damage just on its own, because those are usually very strong winds. But the surface is still not showing. It's just very noisy. We're not seeing much in the way of a surface circulation, but still, very strong thunderstorm moving into northern Livingston County right now. Again, on radar. Not wind-wise, not tornado-wise, but on radar, this is the strongest storm that we've seen so far today with the height.
1 inch hail with that.
And we haven't really had any 1 inch hail markers on these storms. And we can kind of take a look at the hail core that is crossing the Ohio River right now. And, yeah, there's definitely some hail up aloft in that storm. So let's get everybody caught up to date. I'm not sure if we have any tornado warnings out anymore in our viewing area. We do not, but with that said, we have a very intense storm that looks like it could produce a tornado soon, and that is moving into Livingston County and Crittenden County and will clip southern Hardin County. Again, we've been seeing the same places over and over again today. This is headed right towards that Highway 137 again, as we can see. Is this the mall in Paducah that we have? So we have some, and looky here, we've got another early signature of a developing tornado. So radar sees what our eyes see as well. It kind of takes basically everything I walked you through the radar computer does the same thing and will spit out something like this and say, hey, meteorologist, you need to look at this. This could be serious. So we have a possible developing tornado that is moving into northern Livingston County. And again, this severe thunderstorm warning goes out until 11:15.
Yeah, I don't see anything on chat about that. I'm assuming that they have people with eyes on that storm, obviously.
I would bet 100%. So I mean, we're going to be pretty safe, I think, if a tornado does start to develop. Somebody's going to see it. These storms are struggling. Actually, I'm very surprised and a little bit on the happy side that these are having a hard time developing. But I still think that this line is what's going to become the main severe weather threat in about an hour or so as it moves into a very volatile atmosphere across western Kentucky. That storm near Union City looks kind of interesting as well. A little hint of a little weak rotation, so we'll have to monitor that closely for you throughout the afternoon, or throughout the morning hours, I should say.
Just had flood warnings issued. I know it's not quite as critical, but flood warnings issued for, looks like almost half the counties in western Kentucky.
Aerial flood warnings. That makes sense because of all
Ballard,
the trains.
Carlisle, Fulton, Graves, Hickman, Marshall, McCracken. So.
All right, I'm watching this storm closely. Again, this is in northern Livingston County. Here's Highway 135. This is Highway 137. We do not have a tornado warning out on this storm, but it's starting to take that shape where we're starting to see some inflow. We still have that horseshoe on the backside, which tells us that the wind is pounding the ground on the backside of the storm, and then a lot of times on the southeastern side of that is where we see a tornado could spin up. So whenever I see this type of signature on radar in the type of environment that we have, we will take these storms very seriously and stay with us even though we don't have a severe thunderstorm warning. At any time, if you have any information, I'm talking to the newsroom and the control room on the previous storm that you want to share, we can go do that at any time, but we're going to keep monitoring this storm very, very closely. So you folks, is Robin in there? Are you directing right now? So if you want to start, if you guys have position on the actual damage, want to take a few minutes to talk about that, we can do that now while we do that. So that's what I'm going to do right now. We're keeping our eyes on this storm very, very closely. Do not be surprised if we see another tornado warning issued. I'm going to throw things up to the news anchor right now, to the news desk for the latest on the damage that occurred earlier today.
All right, thanks, Grant. We continue to get a lot of information in out of McCracken County. Paducah Police, we've been in contact with them. McCracken County, right now they're basically assessing the damage. We're hearing about damage all throughout the area. Homes, we have a lot of power poles that are down. So right now they are out there collecting that information and checking on folks. We even had a rescue, we understand, where a grain bin fell on a truck, somebody was in it. So that was west of Paducah. So they've been working on that. And we also have a couple of crews that are in the field right now.
Yeah, we do. And the city of Paducah has sent out just a few minutes ago that they think they avoided the worst of the damage, but again, a lot of that damage in McCracken County centered near Kentucky or Small. Taylor Clark is there live for us right now. And Taylor, what can you tell us about the damage you're seeing there by the mall?
Yeah, no, it looks like a big tornado came right through here to the Kentucky Oaks Mall. Check out this the sign here at the ditch, almost completely blown over. And this mall's right off of Interstate 24, off exit 4, and there was a semi truck that I just saw that was pretty much blown off the side of the road, and I saw traffic lights that were out. And then right over there in that Elder Bierman, there's a window blown out of that storefront right over there. But yeah, other than that, I saw an AC unit in the parking lot over there. There's just stuff all blown over out here. And right now it's super, super windy, and on the way here is also a huge blast of rain, and I saw a bunch of thunderstrikes too. And so yeah, things are getting pretty crazy here in Paducah, but from there I'm going to go back to you guys.
All right, Taylor, while we still have you, I know earlier I spoke on the phone with the mall, talked to them a couple times, and they had folks in the hallways, they were sheltering in place, power is out there, they were trying to just keep everyone safe. Does it look like they have completely shut down the mall at this point, Taylor? If you can still hear me?
I'm sorry, the wind is so... I can barely hear you. Can you say that one more time?
I'm just wondering if they have close the mall? It looks like they have at least barricaded off the ditch there.
No, actually, no. There's still people out here. There's the fire department and all that here. But as far as people inside the mall, I don't know. But the parking lot looks pretty full for a Thursday afternoon.
There are a lot of businesses directly across the street from where you are. You're right there at the I-24 interchange. Can you tell across the street is the Power Salon at some of those businesses? There's restaurants and other stores right across the road from you there.
You know, I would actually guess that the power is probably out. I saw an employee from the Steak and Shake right over there come and take some pictures of the damages and stuff like that. But I can't really tell. But yeah, the storefronts do look dark.
Very busy area. We've all been there. Very busy area in McCracken County.
Earlier, but it's interesting as a weather person that an employee at the National Weather Service office west of there, pretty close to where he is right now, actually witnessed the tornado move very close to the Weather Service office at about 9:30 this morning. So we actually have the eyes that saw this on the ground about mid-morning.
We do know the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Keith Todd, we've been in contact with him, which he's been up all night, had a crash in Marshall County. But we do know, according to him, they have a lot of damage in McCracken and also Ballard County. Again, the power outages affecting a lot of people. We have damage near the airport, crews responding over by 62. And we do have some video, I believe, that we are just getting into our newsroom. This from Jared Borum of the tornado. I'm assuming, Robin, as you're bringing this to us from the control room, that this is out of McCracken County? Okay.
Do we know where this was shot? Is this the same tornado that Brian was just talking to us about near the National Weather Service office?
Okay, so we continue to get some new information, new video that's going to obviously keep rolling in. Now that the storm has passed through that area, people, of course, going out and they're checking out some of that damage as we continue to hear about that. Yep. We also have another crew that's out there. Kelsey will be joining us a little bit later as soon as she gets a closer look at some of that damage.
Right. In the meantime, we really appreciate these videos and photos that are coming into the newsroom right now. Again, we want folks to stay safe during a weather system like this. Here's video right now. Again, this is in that busy shopping area of Paducah there by the mall. You can see crews already out working on downed power lines in that area. You can just imagine how many people are being impacted by this right now, whether they were at work or they were headed to work or out shopping or with their families. Look at all these power poles, just pole after pole, leaning over onto their sides.
Yeah, that would be, what, Hinkledale Road?
Yeah, there's that, again, in that section with the Bed Bath & Beyond is just slightly past the mall as if you were heading toward, like, Paducah Community College.
Yes.
So a lot of damage concentrated right there on that side of Paducah. And as you were mentioning, Keith Todd, he said they've got crews all over West Kentucky right now really trying to assess just how bad the damage is.
Yeah,
the first reports that we had here that came in were from, it was close to Lovelace-ville, right?
Yes.
Grant in Western Kentucky, and apparently there was very significant damage there, so hopefully we have somebody on the way.
That's where Kelsey, I believe, is heading.
Okay.
She's trying to get a shot out for us. We understand there is some damage to at least some homes.
Southwest of Paducah, it's about 5-10 miles, something like that.
Correct. So that information is still rolling in, and we know a lot of schools, and I think Grant might have some new information.
Yeah, we got a tornado warning. We got a new tornado warning we need to talk about that just came on. Now, it's just for our far eastern county, just clips. But again, Wibbs and I were just watching this one storm, and it is right over Cave and Rock where there was a spin-up. And this is it right here. We've got an extreme eastern Hardin County on the east side of Cave and Rock. We have another tornado that is possibly developing right now, and it's moving towards Highway 109. Again, that is out of our area, but it is crossing Highway 1 as we speak in eastern Hardin County. Again, we've said Highway 1 quite some time, many times. Here's that tornado right here, or radar-indicated tornado near Lamb Road in eastern Hardin County to the north of Cave and Rock. This is the third circulation we've watched develop right over Cave and Rock today. And again, these storms continue to impact these same areas over and over again. So, for eastern Hardin County, this is going to be with you for 2 more minutes. So eastern Hardin County, be in your safe spot in the basement, or put as many walls between you and the outside as possible for the next, let's say 2 minutes, and then that'll be moving out of the area. Our next storm that we're watching closely is this storm that so far is not rotating, thankfully, but it's the strongest storm we've seen on radar. There is some rotation in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, still showing signs of hail in this storm as well.
Yeah, we're still seeing 1-inch hail in our 3D digital system.
And this will, so this is still one of the stronger storms we've seen on radar today. So if it can tap into that